Shalom, 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 shalom. Alright. Waiting on the brothers to chime in. We finna get it in. Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. Go to brothers right here. Brothers right here. We gonna get it in. Alright. Shalom, Makim.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom. Yahawashi.
Yahawashi.
Alright. So, y'all brothers ready?
Come.
Alright. So, before we get started, we want to give our praises to Yahawah,
Yahawah,
bahasham,
Yahawashi,
bahasham,
Kadash.
double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone rule well, and peace and salutations to the house of David, all the elect men pushing his truth and faith and sincerity. It's the brother Yatazakah.
Brother Kabar.
Brother Shamar.
Brother Tamaya.
Yeah, we just gonna roll in the spirit. If y'all brothers got any preach, just bring it out.
Con. You guys on?
Shit, I got some. It's Acts chapter 5, verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi rather than man. You know, so Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi said that we should so it's a lot. We're not with GMS, brother. We just follow the apostles and elders of GMS, you know. But Salakia. But it says that Peter and the other apostles answered and said we ought to obey Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi rather than men. And that's what we're supposed to do, man. We're supposed to obey Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. We're not supposed to listen to what average person in this world, just a mortal being, has to say. You know, we listen what Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi tell us to do. If Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi tell us to do something, we're gonna do it. We're not gonna do something based upon what you say. You know, we're gonna do the only thing we're doing is based upon what Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi told us to do. We don't do nothing else on our own accord or based upon your own vain opinion in the world. You know, we go according to the will of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, you know.
Yep. That's right.
I got a police for you.
Go ahead, brother.
This is John. This is John 10 and 20. Let's start at 6. This is John 10 and 26. It says, but ye believe not, because ye are not my sheep. I said unto you, as I said unto you, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. So like the brother was saying, you know what I'm saying, we don't listen to anything that's of this world. This world, if it's not of the Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, man, you background noise to us. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't really checking for anything that's coming out of the world, man. Anything that's coming out of the scriptures, you know, starting with the with the apostles, all right, of GMS all the way down, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who we fall up under, man. You know, doctrinally, all right. But obviously, Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi is the standard for us. That's what we believe in. All right.
Yep. That's right, brother. Just to land back, this is in the book of Sirach, chapter 3, and I'm just starting verse 23. Let me see. Let me actually start at 22. It says, but what is commanded thee, says, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. You know, I should have started up higher because it talks about seeking not things that are too hard for thee, you know. But just to continue on, verse 23, it says, be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shewed unto thee than men understand, you know. And we're just mortal men on this earth, man. You know, Lord willing, we be of that number, all right? We're spiritual men. We're able to judge particular things, man. Even things that we don't necessarily understand in the flesh, through the spirit, we're able to decipher, you know. But just to give verse 24.
Hey, Salah, I got a quick precept for you.
Bring it
just
out.
what you just said, Salakia. This Job chapter 4, verse 17. It says, shall mortal man be more just than Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi? Shall a man be more pure than his maker? You got it.
Con. And that's a hypothetical question. Like we say, if it's asking a question, that means hell no, man. Shall a man be more pure than his maker? How does that sound, man?
Right.
So, yeah, man. That's something that we need to understand. Like, of course, we learn from men, but the Most High, He set men in place, all right? That way, you know what I'm saying? We can learn. The Most High isn't going to talk to you directly, you know what I'm saying? Like people, like in the world, like, yeah, I have a personal relationship with God. Like, all right, are you keeping the commandments? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you, like, did the Most High just give you a breakdown? That's not how this thing works, man. He deals with men.
I got a precept for you.
Okay.
This is 1 Corinthians. I think it's 11.
I have a little bit more on Sirach 3.
Oh, Salaki, go ahead.
You good. Just the point in Sirach 3:24 says, "For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and the evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment." So ultimately, I was gonna get Jeremiah 17. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, we don't really rely about our own vain opinions, man. That's why we rely on His word. And we use that to decipher, all right, men who are set in place. That's why we know the apostles and others got the 100% truth, all right? Because this is how real men of the Lord move, man. They're not going upon their own vain opinions, trying to come up with a new breakdown. You know what I'm saying? John the Baptist is not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Talking about the Old Testament only, Negro only. You know what I'm saying? The Book of Enoch. All that is that's just folly, man. That's just vain opinions. The evil suspicion. That was.
I got one. This is Proverbs 28 and 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered. And we know that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. But if you trust in your own understanding, the Lord told us, lean not into thine own understanding. And in Proverbs the 3rd chapter, verse 5, it says, trust in the Lord, Yahawah, with all thine heart, meaning all your mind, and lean not unto thine own understanding. Because the heart is deceitful above all things, man. So as the brother was going into, we don't trust in our own vain opinions, man, because we're nothing but flesh. They tell you that the flesh profits nothing quickening.
Yep. That's right, bro. You guys know?
Just quick. This is going back to what you were saying about, what I'm saying, not, like people saying that they have a close personal relationship, folly, saying that they have a close personal relationship with God, Jesus, right? But just like I always liken that to like being in the military, what I'm saying? For some of you brothers that's been in the military, I can't just go speak to the president, what I'm saying, or the 4-star general, man. There's protocol, you feel me? There's a succession, what I'm saying, of people that I have to get to, what I'm saying, to speak to in order to get that message to whoever it is that I'm trying to get that message to. This is 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order, So with anything that is in its truth, man, it's got to be in order, man. Because if it's not in order, it could be, even if it might be true, it's out of season and it's going to hurt the body, not help it. You know what I mean?
That's right. You got something, bro?
Yeah, but since Shamar brought that out, you brothers got any precepts?
I was holding Jeremiah 17 and 9, but
It's like,
let me. No, you good, brother? Let me back you up real quick. Hold on. It's Sirach. This Sirach chapter 8 and verse 8. It says, "Despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs, for of them thou shalt learn instruction and how to serve great men with ease. Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth." So this what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother was going into the order, man. As man that Yahawashi placed the spirit upon to receive this truth and push it out. And then they passed it on to brothers under them, and then those brothers passed it on to other brothers, and then those brothers passed it on to other brothers. It's just like a family antique or a family artifact. You know what I'm saying? That they hold through different generations, or through different time periods. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this truth is. But you can't like try to remix it, or you can't just figure, you can't figure your own. Like the brother Kabar was saying, like Yahawashi Masha ain't just gonna give you new revelation out somewhere out the ass somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it's already set in stone what this word is, and that's what you have to rock with, man. You know why? Because Yahawashi Masha gave it to men. And those men hold fast unto it, and you have to hold fast unto it. You know why? Because that's the will of Yahawashi Masha. That's the purposes of Yahawashi Masha. That's following Yahawashi Masha. And let me get this real quick. This Proverbs chapter 13, verse 13. It says, "Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. Of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death." So it says, "He whoso despiseth the word, they're gonna be destroyed, man. All right, but he that feareth the commandment, he's gonna be rewarded. The law of the wise is a fountain of life, to depart from the snares of death." So if you don't abide by the word and how it was set up for you to abide by it, you're gonna be destroyed, man. It's simple as that, man. That's the only way you can escape death is by following the pattern that was already set up for you, which is instituted through the proper breakdowns of this word, man.
Oh, that's beautiful. So,
yeah, that was it on that. You brother, whatever you brothers got.
I was going expound upon so like if those spirits that's not in sound doctrine, in mind, body and soul, you feel me, with the right correct doctrine, right? It's going to be unknown. I don't know if you brothers hold anything.
I got a couple, but what you guys want?
It was just going on what you were saying, guys is out here speaking, out of vainglory and not concerning the body, the true body. 1 Corinthians 14:2. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but unto God. For no man understandeth him, howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. But he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort.
And that's really going into like you speaking in a different tongue, like a different language, but you can apply that like the brother, in the context that the brother bringing it out, you can apply it like unknown tongue is like something outside of the doctrine or something outside of the word in its proper form. That's an unknown tongue, and you trying to make it seem like you on God level, basically. You pretty much saying you're a God. You know what I'm saying? Like you pretty much said, shall a mortal man be more? Hell no. Should a mortal man be more just than Yahawashi Masha? No, it was already set in stone what this word is. This word is what it is, and you can't. And that's what it's gonna be. You're not gonna come up with a new loop on it. It is what it is, man. And we are to obey Yahawashi Masha rather than man. So you're supposed to listen to Yahawashi Masha rather than a mortal man who made that guy. Yahawashi Masha made man. Why the hell you gonna listen to a man over Yahawashi Masha? That's crazy, man. Just because it sound good, and it feel right in your heart. No, that guy right there, if he's going against the word that Yahawashi Masha has set up to be established forever, he feel like he is Yahawashi Masha. He feel like he can make better rules. Shit, you on some Esau shit, Hebrews 12:16, lest there be any profane person or fornicator as Esau, so because Esau actually feels like he on Yahawashi Masha level, like he feel like he can rewrite the laws of the land. He feel like he can make the word. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how you feel if you don't want to obey the word that Yahawashi Masha set for you up to live by.
That's right, brother. I got one. This is in Isaiah 8 and verse 20. It says, "To the Lord and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there's no light in them." Got it, bro.
Yeah, so if you don't speak according to this word, you don't have no light in you, man. you know. And who are the light of the world? Well, the light of the world are the servants of Yahawashi Mashiach, man. That's the sheeps, man. You know, that's the light of the world. Why is it the light of the world? Why? Because it's wisdom, man. You know, wisdom brings forth light, man. You know, it because you're enlightened, you know, and this world is full of darkness. It says, arise and shine, for thy light is come, you know, and that light represents pretty much Yahawashi and the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahawashi, you know, which you can't pollute it, you can't dilute it, you know, and if you don't speak according to that, then you're not of Yahawashi, like you brought in St. John 10:26. You know, my sheep hear my voice and they do follow me, man. You know, so if you're not a sheep of Yahawashi, you're not going to follow his voice, you know.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, I got one. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 16. It says, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So it's very important that we stay in this doctrine and this truth and continue in them, because it ain't just about us; it's about the body, like the brother was going into. We saving ourselves and those that hear us, and that's why it's so important that we bring out the right doctrine.
Mm-hmm. If I can expound upon on that, I mean, like, although the scriptures also say that, you know, saying make your
Calling election shirt?
I'm sorry.
Calling election shirt?
No. Make your you know what I'm saying? I mean, we all individually have to do make our part, right? You know what I'm saying? You have to yeah, with that. But I'm slipping on the word. Where you basically I mean, the word talks about having to basically create your own, you know what I'm saying? Not create your own way, but basically, you get what I'm saying. Like you have to put it.
Oh, St. John, I know what you're talking about, St. John 10.
To like you know what I'm saying? Because it's a slip of the tongue, and it's right there, but I can't really get the words out. But
Oh, I got you, brother.
Thanks.
I already know what you're talking about. This St. John chapter 10, verse 1. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
That's nasty. Bring that on one more time. Huh?
This St. John chapter 10, verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door and enter into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
You see, this truth is nuanced. You know what I'm saying? It's nuanced. You can't go and, you know what I'm saying, start teaching damnable heresies, man, and start teaching that the so-called white man can be saved, he's Japhet, that the Arabs is actual Edomites, that St. John is not, or John the Baptist is not a part of the elect, or he's a demon, he wasn't in the truth. And all these are damnable heresies, man, that's not a part of this truth that we've come into. The elders and apostles weren't teaching that, all right? The elders that came up under them weren't teaching that. Where the hell did you come up with that? See what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example. You know what I mean? Like, why? Where's the breakdown? To me, it sounds like a combination of pride and basically you've gotten tired of, you know what I'm saying, waiting on the Most High and His Son to make that move. So make your move. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to be known in Israel, man. Well, you know what, man? To be known in Israel in today's climate, man, is a dangerous thing, man. Because and we talking about not the Israel of Israel. We talking about just Israel. To be known in Israel, bro, is gonna get you destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's a heavy pride demon that comes with that. Why don't you just follow the sheep? I mean, and follow as the sheep would you know what I'm saying, to Yahawashi, man. Just follow the voice, man. The voice is already there. It's been there the whole time. Where the hell is the book of Jasher? You ain't been hearing about that. The book of Enoch, where the hell does that come from?
Mm-hmm. Fine, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why scriptures talk about knowing in part, prophesying in part. Like you know what I'm saying? There's likely a book of Enoch, but that's not it. The one that they reading, you know what I'm saying? We'll get that in the kingdom. Man.
That's right. And even though, and what I was trying to get at is the point that this is a body, right? You know what I'm saying? Because like the scripture says, you know what I'm saying, that Yahawashi was crucified in that city. All right, and that city was America, man. And the Yahawashi's body is right here in America, man. Oh, really? The 144,000 and 1/3, wherever they may be, whoever they may be, all over this world, man. That's the body, and they're being crucified on a daily basis, man. Being name slandered. You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi painted as a so-called white man. All right. These are things that's crucifying the body, man. And then you got Jakes that's in Israel, but who's not of it, you know what I'm saying? That they're Israelites, but they're not, you know what I'm saying, their heart is not circumcised. So they are in this for some vain glory, man. And you know, you can tell by their works, man, because like the scripture says, man, you know a man by his works. Yep.
Colin, I had a quick one. This is Romans 15:4. It says, whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. So, you know what I'm saying? All scripture is, as a matter of fact, this 2 Timothy 3:16 says, all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for correction, and for instruction in righteousness. So you can't just take what you want from the scriptures and put it to the side. The scriptures say that if you take anything from this book, Salakia, I can't even remember.
If you add to it,
if you add to it or take from it, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, when you break it down the wrong way, that's actually a capital offense.
That's right.
You know?
I gotta get this to land back. This is in Sirach 39 in verse 1. It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Got it, bro?
You got it, so it's
Can I read it one more time, Baba Kasha?
Come, in Sirach 39:1 it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If you read it back from the top one more time, Salah.
Con. I might want to continue on too, because it's a little bit more.
Con.
It says, Sirach 39:1 says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High.
Okay, so he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High. So that's one part about. Are you giving your mind to the law of the Most High? Because that's what it's all about. You know. Well, that's how you prove your love towards Yahawashi. Do you really love the Lord? You know, like a lot of people claim they do. You know.
Yep.
If you love the Lord, you're gonna give your mind to His law. You know.
Come, and it says, and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
And it's occupied in the meditation thereof, because why? If you really love someone, you're gonna be occupied in them. You're gonna have business in them. You're gonna give them their due benevolence. You know, just like if you got a woman, you claim you love her, you're gonna spend time with her. You're gonna nurture her. You're gonna give her. You know, you're gonna be caring. You know, you're gonna give her a TLC, so to speak. You know, you're gonna meditate in her. You know, you're gonna spend time with it. You know, that's what love is. It brings forth time and effort. You know, that's meditation. You know.
Come. So it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
And occupied in the meditation thereof, you know,
Yep.
and to it, you know.
It says, we'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies.
We'll seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies, man. So you're gonna seek out pretty much just like if you had a woman and you say you love her and you into her and you're occupied in the meditation of her, you're gonna be finding out more ways to please her. You're gonna be finding out more ways to do things for her, you know. And this, I'm just giving this for example, you know what I'm saying, so to speak. You know, you're gonna fit, or you're gonna look back and see what other men before you did to please their wives, you know, like you're gonna and you're going to be occupied in prophecies. You're going to be occupied in what's going on. Like, what's the average woman being pleased by today? You know, that's a prophecy is something that's happening or something that's about to happen. So you like, okay, what's going on around me? And then what's going to happen from the benefit of me doing this, you know, or what I'm doing, you know, that's what it's all about, you know. So if you love Yahawashi, I'm sure you're going to be into it, you know. You're going to be into what he said. You're not going to be into what somebody else said. You know, you're gonna be into what you can do to make your situation better, you know, and to please him. You're not gonna well, you're gonna do it to please him, basically. You're not gonna do it to please yourself, basically. You're gonna figure out like what he wants, you know, and what he's requiring. You're not worried about what you want and what you require, you know.
That's right. Yep. Just to continue in verse 2, it says, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
Right. So you're gonna be where subtle parables at, man. You know, and you know, a parable, that's a dark saying or a wise saying, you know. So basically, you know, you're gonna be because it's a scripture in Sirach that speak about, I had just ran past it. It say that the finding out of parables is a wearisome labor, you know, like it's wearisome to the soul. So, you know, you got to put in work for Yahawashi, you know, to be able to understand his mysteries and be able to retain and maintain his word. And that's what a lot of men don't want to do. You know, they don't want to put forth their effort to be able to retain and attain it, you know, and maintain it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Let me just get 6 through 8 real quick. I know brothers got the priest. Verse 6, it says, when the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding. He shall pour out wise sentences and give thanks unto the Lord in his prayer.
You see? So if the spirit of the Lord on you, you're going to pour out wise sentences, man, you know, which come from the scriptures. And what you're going to do after you pour out them wise sentences, you're going to get praise to Yahawashi, you know. So if you're not doing that, then you're not wise, you know.
That's right. Yep. It says, he shall direct his counsel in knowledge, and his secrets shall he meditate.
Yeah, he shall direct his counsel and knowledge. So if Yahawashi is really dealing with you, if you got the breakdowns of God, so to speak, then he gonna direct your counsels according to the scriptures, man. All right. He not gonna direct your counsels according to your own heart, man, and what you thinking, you know. If you gonna go based upon the parables that was already set in stone. You're gonna be living based upon that. You're gonna be occupied in that, you know.
Come. Yeah, that was really a point.
Okay, come.
I got a precept. It's dealing with, like you say, you know, one of, you know, you want to, like you were saying, in order to grasp this truth, man, you have to be able to be willing, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, to follow the Lamb wherever he should go, right? So this is Isaiah 55:2. Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live, and I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David. So, you know, like the Lord, you know, the Lord's laying it out. He laid it out plain for us, really. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the scripture says, man, it's simple to the wise, man. You know what I mean? The wise are gonna get it, man. It's all a story, we know. You know what I mean? But we hear it in these fleshly bodies to play out the significance, you know, part of the story. You know what I'm saying? So right now, this is the end time or whatever. It's the end days or whatever. We gotta go up against a lot of bullshit. We gotta, you know, it's a part of everything. It's a part of the war, you know. But we know that the ones that's gonna get it is gonna get it, man. That we have faith in, you know. It's like,
Come, bro. Just like the brother Tamam brought out earlier, like, you know, just trusting in the Most High with all our heart, man. You know, lean on our own understanding, because Most High, he can control everything, man. This is all the Most High's will. Whatever we speaking, it be the Lord's will, man. You know, it's not just us just speaking, man.
Bro. I had this over script chapter, verse 13. It says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than the fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared to her unto her. So, you know, ultimately this wisdom, this knowledge, understanding is the most valuable and purest thing you can find. You know, this is a treasure, man. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. You know, when you think about, you know, things of value, monetary gain, you know what I'm saying? You may have money, but your money's in the bank. You know what I'm saying? You can lose those things. But this wisdom and knowledge is something that can't be taken from you. You know, it's something that you're always going to have. And that's a beautiful thing, to have something that nobody can take from you. And that's why you want to increase and grow in this thing. You know what I'm saying? And be built up with those spiritual riches. Because the scripture tell you, lay up your treasures in heaven. You know, you want to lay up good works. You know what I'm saying? And the only way that the instruction to gain up good works is in this wisdom.
Come on, bro. Yep. You got something, Mark?
Yeah, I got one. It's Sirach chapter 19, verse 22. It says, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. You know, so it says the knowledge of wickedness, that's not wisdom, man. All right. You can't make some because if it's not according to the laws, statutes, commandments of Yahawashi, that's wickedness, man. And that's not wisdom. Okay, you can't make that. You can't make something wisdom. You know, wisdom coming from the Lord. Job 12:16. You know, it says, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. You know, so the counsel of a sinner is not prudence, man. You know, prudence goes into having foresight and pretty much being like a wise man. You know, a bountifully wise man, pretty much. You know, to sum it up. You know, that's what prudence is. You know, and obviously you don't have no foresight and you're not a wise man if you are still a sinner. You know, which you transgress the law, statutes, commandments of Yahawashi. The law is wisdom. So if you don't have that, you're wicked and you pretty much destroying your own self. You know, so Sirach 14. You know, 14:5. He that is evil to his own self, to his own self, to whom will he be good? You know, why the hell I'm gonna listen to you and you destroying your own self? You know, you telling me, look, that's like telling somebody, look, you don't smoke cigarettes, but your ass smoke a pack a day. You know, like, nigga, I'm not finna listen to you. You know.
They go into that scripture where it talks about get the mote out of your own eye before you point out the beam in another brother's eye.
Mm-hmm.
Kind, bro.
Yep.
Kind.
Hypocrisy.
Yep. That was it on that?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, coming real good. This is in St. Luke 1 and verse 70. It says, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets. All right. And, you know, this is talking about the Most High. If you go to verse 68, it says, blessed be the Lord God of Israel. All right. Just to jump down again. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So this is how this thing works. You know, Most High, he's speaking through men. You know what I'm saying? But it's particular men, not just any man. You know what I'm saying? We can't just be trusting in just any old body, man. You got particular so-called men, you know what I'm saying? Men of the Lord who just followed a whole bunch of different camps. You know what I'm saying? You can't be doing that, man.
Blended Israel.
You know?
The Israelites.
Oh, man, that ain't gonna work, man. You know? Isaiah 33 talks about having that knowledge and wisdom. That's stability at our times, man. You don't want to be unstable out here, man. You know? You ain't gonna make it.
You don't want to be with a camp where, you know what I'm saying, where we cool with another camp that teaches that John the Baptist ain't in the truth. And, you know what I'm saying, we gonna just yuck it up, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I mean? And sit and, you know what I'm saying, break bread, you know what I mean, with this dude that just, you know, basically says some blasphemy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, what? But, again, like the brother, you know what I'm saying, the brother was saying, you know, because, like, you're trying to make sure the blood pressure don't go up too high. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Most High controls all of this, you know what I mean? So he knows that these are things these are things that we're gonna come out in these last days, man, that's gonna cause, you know what I'm saying, friction, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? Between the ones that truly believe and the ones that don't. It's all part of division, man.
Yep. You know, Yahawashi, he came for division. You know what I'm saying?
Matthew 10:34.
Right. That was it on that.
I got one. This 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. but continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and has been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. You got it, bro.
That's right, man. You know, you don't want to be that guy, man. You know, those evil men, man, just waxing worse and worse. And there's a lot of people out here just deceiving and being deceived. You know, it's just sad, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just gets worse and worse. You know, like, there's always a new flavor of the week, and it's just like, man, like, damn. That's all you can really say. You know what I'm saying? It's particular men, it's like you got that appearance, like scriptures talking about having that appearance of righteousness, but inwardly, really, you know what I'm saying? You're just dead man's bones, you know? And that, hey, man, you don't want to be that guy, man. That's the scripture says, to continue, you know what I'm saying? The things that you have learned, man. You want to grow on the foundation, you know? Brothers, you know, talk about, you know, just me, you know, staying in the milk, man, because the milk, you know, that's how you build your foundation, man. You don't just try to remix milk, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
They started chewing that meat too early, you feel me?
Yeah.
Choking on it. Now they trying to drink that milk. Now they want to. Now they, you know, they went to the grocery store. Now they ain't even buying traditional milk no more.
Oh, man. That's right.
They getting the motherfucking almond stuff.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Now all of a sudden, the Leviathan is lava.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything's remixed.
Like the fire is lava.
Yo, what we used to call it? We used to call it the P Diddy spirit.
Remix.
I was just thinking that. Because, you know, you got Craig Mack. You know, he was saying the bad boy.
It's the remix, bro.
Yeah. That brand new flavor in your ear.
I got precept for you from mine, bro.
I got a little bit more on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you good. This so like in 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 15, it says, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith which is in Hamashiach Yahawashi. It says, all scripture is given by inspiration of Yahawah, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of Yahawah may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. You got it, Kabar.
Beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? As you brought out, man. You know, as being as a child, you know, in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to put off childish things, but in this particular, you know what I'm saying, instance, you want to be as a child when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, growing, man. You know, just, you know, seeking that pure milk, man, that foundation, man. So that way it's comforting, it's nourishing. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, the whole point is to get salvation, as the scriptures bringing out, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to grow in knowledge, wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And you want to have that belief, man. You want to grow in faith, understanding that he is, man, that he's rewarding them that diligently seek him. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that, you know what I'm saying, he's going to have particular men in place, you know? But at the end of the day, you want to have your mind meditate to these scriptures, man. So that way you can decipher, all right, the true men of the Lord, all right? You can decipher the sheep from the goats. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you ain't going to be no excuses on that day. Like, oh, yeah, he told me this. Well, you shouldn't have been listening to him. You should have been, you know, so diligently seeking out the word and knowing, like, all right, this guy is off. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, you know, just you want to be just seeking meditation, man. And, you know, as James 1:5 talks about, just praying, man. You want to pray for wisdom. You know, if you lack wisdom, just pray for it, you know?
They go back to that first script we brought out in Acts the 5th chapter. We're all to obey Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi rather than man, you know?
Yeah, but, you know, it's just, yeah, it's a balance, man. You know, we know that particular men are here, so you could, you know, follow men. We're not saying that, you know, you can't follow men if you could receive it, you know what I'm saying? Because we already brought out in Luke 1, you know, that he's going to speak by the mouth of the holy prophets, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't going to just be...
And Salakia, and Sirach 8 as well, we brought it, said, miss not the discourse of the wise, you know, because they learn from their fathers as well, you know.
Right. Just like, you know, one of my brothers, you know, he, you know what I'm saying, when particular things happen, you know what I'm saying, when somebody helps him out, it's like, you know what I'm saying, you could thank the brother, but like ultimately that's the Most High. You know what I'm saying? They ain't necessarily the brother. You want to give all praise to Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi no matter what.
Kind, brother. Kind.
That's right.
I go on Proverbs 15 and 14. The heart of him that hath understanding seeketh knowledge, but the mouth of fools feedeth on foolishness. And so, you know, the men of understanding, they're gonna seek knowledge, man. And that knowledge has come from the elders and the apostle great millstone knocking them down, you know. But fools gonna feed on foolishness. A lot of people being deceived out here, you know. And those that want out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
That's right.
You know. And hey, man, we ain't trying to be in the congregation of the dead, man. So
We're gonna be dead.
Yeah.
So this is 2 Peter 3:2. That ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the Slack. It says, and of the
Start from the top, Baba Kasha. Select.
Right. This is 2 Peter 3:1. The second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure mind by the way of remembrance, that ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of the Lord Yahawashi and Savior. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. For all you bug outs that believe in the flat earth, man. You know, like, that's going off the topic, but the point is, man, the Lord foretold this before, that there were going to be people just like the ones that come out and says that John the Baptist is not a part of the truth. He said this was going to happen. So we're not to be amazed. That's why he told us to gird our loins, man.
Yeah.
He told us not to be amazed when they make their head their head hard towards us, to make our head hard towards them. You know what I'm saying? In retaliation to their bucking up against the truth that we're bringing out, man, through the spirit and power of Yahawah Shemel Shah, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I got one. This is I believe Psalms 119 and 104. It says, "Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false precept." So when men are breaking this stuff down, it gotta be precept upon precept, man. You can't just go off of, you know what I'm saying, just one part of the book and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be here a little, there a little. That's how we teach the word. That's how the word is taught. You know what I'm saying? And that's the milk. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people forget the milk, but you know what I'm saying? There's an order to this thing and how you're supposed to receive this word too, man.
And it said, through thy precepts I get understanding. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only way you can get understanding is through the precepts.
Oh, yeah.
You know? You can't get no understanding no kind of way. You know?
But they'll tell you, they'll say, well, I don't need no book, you know, to tell me how some stuff I already know. How did you know that? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have never known not to have sex with your brother's wife. You would have never known that. You'd have listened to Future. And guess what? Future's gonna get you destroyed.
Right, in the near future.
In the near future, exactly. You know, it's just like a little jokey. I mean, shit, we crack jokes. It's okay, you know. But here's the thing, man. The serious part of this is people that buck up against this, man. It was all written in the story. It was all a part of the story. Everything. How we came into the truth from, you know what I'm saying, even even when we first came to the truth and we made hiccups and, you know what I'm saying, and tripped up on certain things or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and the Lord still dwelt with us, man. Because what did he say, man? If you open up your heart, paraphrasing, if you open up your mind and your heart, man, all right, the Lord is going to suck with you, man. All right? But obviously 2/3 is not going to get that. They're not going to suck with the Lord, man. So for them, it's all about, what can I do to make this go viral? What can I do, you know what I'm saying, to you know, get my name out there in Israel? I'm going to wear the tightest garments. All right, my wife is going to have the freshest fringes. All right, we're going to be out here shalom and kings and gods and all kind of shit. You know how Jake be on some other shit, man. But it's a part of the story, man. It makes the movie entertaining. So they are needed in that aspect. It's like, okay.
I had a couple more. I don't know. It might be wrapping up. You guys on?
Yeah. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, because we ain't got that much time. I'm sure.
Yeah, man. This is Psalms 58:10. It says, "The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked." You know, so majority of people is wicked, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing to just watch this broken down, man. You know, and hey, we're gonna be rejoicing in that day when all this shit is taken out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is in just land back. This is in Daniel 12. I'm gonna just start at the top. It says, "And at the time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, who standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that should be found written in the book." So only particular people, all right, are going to be delivered out of here. All right, the other people, which we already put out, you know, Psalms 58:10, they're going to be, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be trampled out here. But just to continue, and 2 it says, "And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake." It says, "Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt." It says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." You got it, bro.
Kind, bro. Yep. And that's what time we in right now, man. You know, we in a time of knowledge being increased, man. And how is knowledge being increased? Well, that go back to what the brother Shamar brought out in 2 Peter the 3rd chapter, that your pure minds being stirred up by the way of remembrance, man. You know, that you may be mindful of Yahawashi, you know. But what you're gonna have in the last days, you're gonna have scoffers walking after their own list. You know, those who refuse to follow Yahawashi, you know, and those the ones who are gonna wake up to everlasting contempt, what the brother just brought out, you know, and it says, and at that time, Michael the archangel shall stand up for thy people, and thy people are the ones who follow the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahawashi. Everybody else, they're not gonna be delivered. Why? Because they're not written in the book of life, you know, which the book of life represents the elect, and only the elect can attain to this word, man. You know, the rest they gonna get put to death, man. You know, the book was shut up, you know, until the time of the end, which we in the time of the end right now. Ultimately, it's gonna be opened up for everyone when the salvation of the elect is brought forth, and they bring back the whole nation through their loins, and the laws, statutes, commandments gonna be put in everybody in reports, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Through the loins of the elect, man.
God.
Through the loins of the house of David.
That's right.
Started with Yahawashi on down, man.
God.
44,000 down to the 1/3. It's and you know, it goes back to what we were saying earlier, man, about being in order. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna come in order. That's what the kingdom of heaven. People don't realize, and I'm gonna make this quick, but people don't realize, man, when you remember when we were kids, we used to make that prayer, you know what I'm saying? Let everything be done in order as it is in heaven. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You make that prayer and you're saying you want the Lord to come and to bring the kingdom of heaven to the earth, but they're actually, as you can see right now in the world, that's not what they want, man. They want America to continue. And that's not what we want. So of course we're going to be the enemy. It's like,
this is Second Ezra chapter 14 verse 4. It said, "Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy." It says,
Hold on, read that one more time from the top. It's a lot. That's beautiful.
14:34. It says, "Therefore, if so that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your heart."
Hold on. That's fire.
That's
beautiful.
Yeah, you got read that from the top one more time. It's a lot.
Yeah, you can break it down. It says, "Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding."
So if so be that ye subdue your own understanding, okay, which is your own understanding is outside the understanding of Yahawashi Masha, outside of the scriptures. You know, you got to subdue that, which means to put under the rule of something. You know, put it into subjection. You know,
it says, and reform your hearts.
And reform your hearts, which is your mind. You know, reform it, reshape it. What into the law, statutes, commandments of Yahawashi. You know,
Ye shall be kept alive, and after
you gonna get kept alive.
Mhm.
That's the only way you gonna get kept alive. But what?
Ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy.
And after death, you shall obtain mercy. Obtain mercy. But if you don't have life, obviously you got death. You know, and it says after death you shall obtain mercy, man. So ultimately, that's going into the elect, man. You know, because it says there be some who stand before you who should not taste of death. All right, why? Because they have life. Why? Because our life is hid with Yahawashi Mashiach. You know, that's when our life is going to appear. Why? Why? Because we subdued our own understanding. That's how important it is. If you don't subdue your own understanding, you're gonna be subdued in death. You know,
The same shall know by death by pain.
pain. Exactly. Oh, get that. Somebody get that. So y'all got some precepts?
Verse 35, it says, for after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared.
Perfect. Oh yeah. Somebody get 2 Ezra 9-8 real quick. We gotta get that.
This is says second Ezra.
Yep.
2 Ezra 9-8. Yep.
This is second Ezra 9 and 8. It says, shall be preserved.
Salaki, start at 7. Salaki.
This is second Ezra 9 and 7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land, and without my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Keep going. Go down to 11.
It says,
go down to 12.
Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. They that have loathed my law will like it. Go ahead.
No, keep going. Go ahead.
It says, and they that have loathed my law while they have yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same, go ahead, you gotta say something?
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm gonna read that again in 11. It says, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
God.
Yep. That's it right there. You know, you despise, you understood not, but despised it. You know, but you weren't sanctified from the beginning. You know, so you just gonna have to know about death by pain. You know, because that link up perfect with Samaj just brought on 2 Ezra 14. You know, if you subdue your own understanding, you know, and reform your hearts to the understanding of Yahawashi Mashiach, what you gonna have life. All right, but if you despise the understanding of Yahawashi Mashiach, you're gonna have to know about death by pain, man. You know, that's the only way you're gonna be saved is to have faith in Yahawashi Mashiach and know Yahawashi Mashiach. How is that? You do it through this word, man. You know.
You got anything else, bro?
Yeah, let me get this. You got something, Kabar?
You brought what you got.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
This is in Isaiah 30 and 20. It says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. You got it.
That's what
Yep. That's
oh, so like, go ahead.
yeah, go ahead, Smart. Go ahead.
No, I was pretty much gonna say what in the spirit, the same thing you was gonna say. That's what you see right now. You see in your teachers. All right, we saw our teachers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like we saw our teachers, man, and something in our spirit, man, woke us to understand it. And even in that moment where we were still, choking off the milk that we were receiving, we still didn't totally get it, but we knew what we heard was absolutely correct.
All praises.
You got it.
All right, I got this. You'll grab Joshua 1:8, Baba Kasha.
I had one on deck. This is
Okay.
Psalms 37:23. It says, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down. For the Lord Yahawah upholdeth him with his hand, man." You know? So like, yeah, this thing's about balance. You know, you're gonna fall a couple times, but the Lord said that he gonna uphold you with his hand, man. You know, and keep you in this thing.
I got Joshua 1:8 for y'all.
Okay, Con. Go ahead, brother.
This Joshua 1:8, it says, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then shalt thou have good success."
Right, man. So you supposed to this book of this law don't supposed to depart out of your mouth day or night, man. I mean, in any time, basically. And you're supposed to meditate in it all the time. You know why? Because that's how you're gonna make your way prosperous. That's how you're gonna have success, which is what? Everlasting life. You know, not getting put to death out here. You know, that death by pain.
Bro. This is Psalms 119:9. It says, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word." Word is the cleansing agent, the healing. All right, the light, it gives you life. You know what I'm saying? This word is so much more powerful than people think it is. It's actually alive. You know what I'm saying? This word, the word, the book actually.
Get John 6:63 real quick.
And if I can land back on what he was saying, it's a cleansing agent or whatever. It's water, both water and fire. That's what it's likened to. It's called waters, right? And also, this book is a book of fire. All right, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to cleanse you of all your impurities. All right, it's going to help you. It's going to clean your garment. So when Yahawashi makes his return, man, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be presentable as a virgin. All right, to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? To be married to Yahawashi. Right? Back to the Most High Yahweh.
Hey, that's that Hebrews 4:12. You know, the word of the Lord is a two-edged sword, water and fire, because it's that living water, like you said. Then it's that in Jeremiah the 23rd chapter, it tell you that is not my word like a fire, or it might be Jeremiah the 5th chapter. You know, we say it's not my word like a fire, so it's like fire and water, like you said. It's that two-edged sword. The word of the Lord is a two-edged sword. You know.
Yeah, fire and water, like you said. He said, "I'll make thy words fire, and his people wood."
Yep.
What's that script you wanted to get?
John 6:63, just to back up what you said.
Oh, I got it. This is in St. John 6:63. It says, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life."
Yeah, so the words that Yahawashi speaketh unto us, that's spirit and life. And like the brother to mine was saying, man, it means a lot because it quickens you. You know, this word actually makes you alive. It gives you life, man. You know, so this word is actually living, man. You know, nothing within this world, you know, your vain opinion, the traditions of the world, the rudiments of man, they don't give you life. You know, life comes through the word of Yahawashi Mashiach, and that's how powerful this is, man. You know.
That's right. And this is Psalms 25:14. It says, "The secret of the Lord Yahawah bahasham is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant." So this ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is only for the souls that fear Yahweh Shemel Shai, you know what I'm saying? And that's who the Lord gives his secrets to. You know what I'm saying? So the rest of these individuals out here, they ultimately, you know what I'm saying, they wasn't chosen. They don't fear Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, you know?
Just land back, this is Amos 3:7. It says, "Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets."
That's right. Yep, the his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. You know, he sanctified, preordained, man, predestined. It's all based upon predestination. You know what I'm saying? This is not something of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Yahawashi wrote it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's said in the Apocrypha that there's vessels that's out here that's preordained to receive mercy. You know what I'm saying? To see the Lord's return. You know what I'm saying? To be untouched all the way until the Lord comes back.